Through the good and the bad, always remember to smile. When times get tough and you feel alone or confused, pick up the phone and call someone you love. Always put God first and love yourself before you love anybody else. This game called life can be real shitty at times. It can get real gritty, but it's up to us to stick together and help each other strive and live for greatness. This isn't just your regular podcast. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the struggle. Welcome to new beginnings. Welcome to this game called life. Wow.
We got. Listen.
Let's have a dream, which is.
This is just love. You guys don't understand.
Something happen to me that I don't know what.
This is absolute love. We're just gonna start with a little tune. You know what I'm saying? Is this Flacco?
You
already
would
know,
young
and
boy. Come out of that and say,
gotta
"Wow,
promote
that was
the family."
a close shave."
We're gonna start off with a love vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Then
Flacco,
you would
man,
get
shouts to Flacco.
more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
Charlie.
Flocking Nick. Looking back, like I've been through it all. Thinking about it, I just seen it in a flash. Got my head spinning, cause look at where I'm at. Everywhere I said I'd be. All the things I said I'd do. Did it for myself, I don't got nothing to prove. Been on it for a minute, please don't act like it's so new. When you see me in heaven, I'm cruising.
Yeah, mix.
I know he's mixing that.
Yeah, you know. Come on, we keep it in the family.
I know he's
Can't
mixing.
imagine a bit of me. Nah, living in a real life dream. Everything I did behind the scenes. Did this for the ones who couldn't see.
Shout out Rich
They
Black.
won't show love till I'm all over the screens. They just want to follow us on Instagram.
A lot of
I don't
talent.
need no followers, don't need no fans. If you believe in me and who I truly am, then you know that I got bigger plans. Get too deep for them to understand. I don't need no closure, I know where we stand. Fake love, real love, how to distinguish from the two. A lot of people talk, but what they say they never do. Having way too many epiphanies. It feel like I be off the shrooms every time it's hitting me. I wasted so much time, now I invest in mine richly. Off the grid, chilling, living comfy, feeling blissfully. I don't hear the rumors or the gossip, it don't get to me. Even if it did, shit still wouldn't get to me. That shit wouldn't get to me.
Boys real relaxed.
Too focused, too determined and strong.
Shout out to the boy Salsa, man.
28 with 2 mil.
Don't sound real.
I don't sound real. Don't right. I know it don't sound real. Trust me, it sound real. I will be everywhere I said I'd be. All the things I said I'd do. Did it for myself, I don't got nothing to prove. Been on it for a minute, please don't act like it's so new. When you hear me on the radio, everywhere you go. When the
I seen that Benzo parked
every
outside.
time I got a show, when the labels keep calling, cause the devil on my soul.
seen that
The
Benzo
tickets
parked
and the
outside.
records, only thing getting sold, man. You know how it go. Don't be saying that I got lucky when I blow. Don't be showing what y'all was hesitant to show. Guess the truth is that you never really know. I can't be mad that you never had hope. Can't hold on.
Yeah, man, that's reality. Flacco.
Shout out to the boy Flacco.
Shout out to the boy Seth Dyer too on the
Shout out
mix.
to the boy Dyer, man. FTP, what's good, baby?
And shout out to my dog Charlie.
In the building, man.
I really do want to thank you for coming down and doing this for me.
Oh, come on
A short notice too.
man. You know it's Black Love, baby.
I really do. Between everybody, they don't know our connection, but we were born and raised where the sun don't shine, I say.
Real life.
You know what I'm saying? Rich Black.
Rich Black.
3480 Wilson Church of Colonia.
80 G's, man. BCGs. Shouts to the whole Rich Black, the whole 80. You know what it is, man.
Everybody. And you've been a big influence to me personally. I don't know if you know this or not. You know what I'm saying? But you've been a big influence as far as growing up is concerned. It's not really like when I was growing up, you were always on your shit. So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But I knew who you was, and you always had love from day one. Yeah, and especially as of recently. Yeah. You know what I mean? With everything with the podcast is concerned, anything that I needed, you were there.
It's all about resources. I was just talking to Stewie about this. I was like, a lot of people have it misunderstood. You know, you can have a lot of money.
Right.
But if you don't have resources and personal you know, connections with people,
Mm-hmm.
relations, it don't really mean much. Your money don't mean nothing.
Right.
You know, 'cause everybody got money these days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have relations, you just another motherfucker with money.
And you know what, when you're talking about money, let me feed off of that, because I feel like, me personally, I'm in a spot right now where I kind of feel a little stuck when it comes to the finances. But I was speaking with Sos earlier. We were having a drink, and I was saying, I kind of just I think too far ahead in the future. Like, my mind races. Like, I feel like I need to be somewhere, but I'm not there yet. But then I'll have some talks with people, and they'll be like, "You're doing good, yeah. Slow it down." And financial literacy was never really taught to me. You know what I'm saying? Was financial literacy taught to you, or did you just have to go and figure that shit out yourself?
I feel like that's not something that's really taught. You know what I'm saying? Coming where we're from. Like,
right.
When you come up in public housing, you know, most of the time you're coming from like a broken home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's usually mom running the home.
Mm-hmm.
So mom is on just the grind, like trying to just make ends meet.
100.
So if you're not getting the message of how to make ends meet off of nothing, and kind of like learn your financial literacy through that, you're going to figure that shit out when you're like in your late 20s and your 30s.
Right.
When it's almost like too late. Because by that time, you've already fucked up how much money. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I'm feeling.
Trying to figure it out.
Right.
Right. So for me, I've always been a person where, you know, shout out to my uncle Pigo. He always told me, because before I moved to Ridgeway and I was like full time in Ridgeway, I came up in Oakwood.
Okay.
Shout out to the whole Oakwood and VA.
All right.
But
Virginia.
yeah, no, like right over in Vaughan.
I'm saying I'm thinking VA.
Nah.
My bad. I'm thinking Virginia, VA. You know what I'm saying? Well, he said Vaughan.
Yeah, that's how we.
So you were in Vaughan.
Yeah, Vaughan.
Then
Vaughan. That's like Eglinton and Dufferin, Sinclair ways.
Right.
Well, Dufferin was more like D block.
Yes, sir.
So my uncle always taught me. He's seen that I liked fashion from a young age.
Okay, I'll tell everybody, you're always the jiggiest. You're always yeah.
You know, but my uncle used to see me like saving my lunch money he was giving me. He's like, "Yo, you're starving yourself during the week, not buying lunch, so you can buy like a $40 T-shirt from JD's."
JD's.
Shout out to JD's.
Shout out to JD's.
A lot of people don't remember JD's and C-Says.
Yeah.
But,
shout out to JD's.
My uncle used to see me buying T-shirts.
Yeah.
And be like, you spending your whole week's lunch money salary for one T-shirt. He's like, you should only be buying that T-shirt when you can buy two of them.
Okay.
So this was like grade 8. He started talking to me like, you know, like wise up. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend your last on one T-shirt and then you broke again. And you can't even get on the bus.
Right.
You know, you feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So I feel like he kind of installed that that whole financial awareness thing. You know, like make sure if you're going to buy something, you can buy it more than once. If you can't buy it more than once, you shouldn't be buying it at all.
That's amazing, because I feel like for me, like I never really had any of that, you know what I'm saying? But like now that I'm here now, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking back now, right? Like I'm turning the clock back. I'm like, I never really had any of that. Like my mom worked, my pops, shout out to pops, love you, God rest your soul, worked, like both of them just worked like crazy, you know, and so they didn't really have the time
to sit down and teach you that. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
And then even like uncles and stuff, like I just have 5 aunts, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but those are things that just everyone has their own little experiences as they grow. That's why I like to tap in, because, you know, there has to be at some point where the light bulb goes off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
for me, I think the light bulb really went off when I started to get older, and I was probably like in my 20s, and I started to, you know, start doing things and coming across good money.
Mm-hmm.
And as I got the money, I was already at Bloor Street blowing the money.
Okay.
So it's like I was...
How old were you? How old was you? Young boy.
I was like 22.
Yeah.
And I came up on my first good money.
Mm-hmm.
And right away, I was like, I need a Benz.
Right.
And I got I got a CLS 55 AMG Cherry Red. I'll never forget that shit. I was 22 driving a CLS.
You know what? When I was driving that 22,
what's that?
Yo, 1997 Toyota Camry that I got for a solid deal though. Yo, listen, I got it for 3 racks, and God rest my grandmother's soul. She, you know, she lent me the money.
Yeah.
Knew I needed the whip. She lent me the 3Gs. That's how real my G mom was. You know, grandmothers always hold you down, you know. So she see me hustling and grinding. I was working, just doing everything, but I just couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't just make it happen for some reason. I don't know. I mean, reasons within my own shit. She's like, yo, I'm going to lend you the 3,000. Go find a car.
Figure it out.
So I went on my Indeed, bomb. Seen a 97 Camry, but it was an older couple's car, so it only had 8,000. It only had 108,000.
It did the job though.
Yo, fam, it got me from point A to Z and back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
So for me, it's just like, boom, like, I feel like everyone has their own little thing. So you came across that big bag, caught your CLS, caught your Benz, and then boom.
Yeah, you know, and that's when I was just like, yo, I came across a lot of money early and fucked up a lot of money early.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that was all in preparation to make sure I don't mess it up again when it really matters, when I got older.
I love
that.
What
I'm saying? So it's like, me, I like to always find the lesson in anything that kind of went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't learn and get to the root of the problem, then it's like, I'm just going to keep repeating that problem.
Right.
You know?
Now, I love that because I feel like a lot of people make the same mistakes over and over and over, whether it's the hustle, whether it's the money, whether it's the relationship, whether it's their own little, like their own mental.
Yeah.
They don't grow. So I feel like my question for you is be like, how were you able to adapt through your adversities? Like, how are you able to persevere through your adversities? Is that something that was just instilled in you, or you just lived and learned and then adapted?
I think it's a thing where when I was younger, I was very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I'm laughing because I know. It's like,
I used to pull up in the ridge. You know what I'm saying? And
stunting.
Before, actually, it's crazy. I can't forget about my caddy truck. My first car really was, I had a SRX Cadillac.
Bang, bang, bang. I think I remember that.
It was white. And I had some 20s on it. I was telling bitches it was 22s, but it was 20s. You know? And I used to drive that from Toronto all the way to Ottawa and back every day.
Yeah, road running.
Every day. Like, I was doing the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But these things are like, when I look back at it now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, these are the things that kind of shaped me as the man I am today. You know, like, I did all that, and it's just like a memory.
Right.
It seems like it was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long time ago, but really and truly, it's like those little defining moments let me know that, like, I never need to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because where you're at now.
You know, like, I never really had to go over and beyond. Because if anything, it just brought the wrong attention.
Right.
Like, you would think the fly whips and all that shit would, like, you know, get you more girls.
Mm-hmm.
It did the opposite.
Just brought you more envy.
Jealousy,
like the evil eye.
Yeah, girls didn't want to talk to me because they're like, yo, it's intimidating. And then, like, my fellow peers, they're kind of like, they couldn't relate with me anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of puts you like in a lone state now.
Right.
You know, even though you're trying to tell people like, yo, it's still me, man.
Yeah.
They're looking at you like, nah, dog. You got that big whip outside, man, and I can't relate.
Right.
You know, but it's like, and it makes you start acting different.
Okay.
You know, so it's like learning through the time. It's a thing where I always try and tell people, I'm like, yo, when you get your money, you gotta kind of set yourself up mentally what you're gonna do with your money.
I like
if
that.
you don't have an end game to what you're gonna do with your money, you're gonna stay stuck in these streets.
Right.
You're gonna stay stuck in that 9 to 5 you don't like.
Yeah.
If you don't have no end game, you know what I'm saying. You gotta know that like I'm doing this for X amount of time. I'm gonna get my experience out of it because this is where I'm trying to go.
Right.
You know.
So, and you mentioned that 9 to 5, right?
Mm.
So, and this is me and you speaking. This is me, you know what I mean, letting you know what's going on from my point of view.
Mm.
You know, the street life, whatever comes with that, was always around. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
I never took that route for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Good choice.
Thank you. So my parents, very hardworking parents, and they always really instilled in me work for your money. Like my father, I said it in I don't know if I said it in the last podcast, but he always was like, no, don't rob, don't steal, try not to, you know what I mean, live, just go to work, get it, you know what I mean, by your means. So what I'm trying to get at is like for people out there, because me, I am that 9 to 5er. You know, I'm a 9 to 5er, and I got no shame in that. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of who I am, because like there's been plenty of times where I could have easily just mixed, you know what I'm saying, fucked up the program and went the next way. But it was hard for me to find like that solid financial income working that 9 to 5. So now I'm here. You know, like I bought my first crib at 24, you know.
That's heavy.
Yeah, I bought my first crib, and as you know, got married and then had to split. Unfortunately, had to split that crib in half. So
that's where it hurts.
Because like 120,000 to me right now, I feel like a couple mil.
Yeah. That's where it hurts.
So, but what I'm trying to get at is like for the 9 to 5ers out there who are maybe feeling like me, who feeling like they have so much to offer, but are not getting in their salary what they're putting in to their job. Do you have any like tips of advice on how to maybe make good money and making smart decisions when it comes to trying to get out of that 9 to 5 realm and become successful financially?
Well, I'll say this for the most part. Even though I was getting it the fast way, I knew people that were working 9 to 5 and they were saving more money than me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
And it kind of just comes to that easy come, easy go
yes, sir.
mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew a couple of people where it's like they knew that they had to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning
mm-hmm.
to hop on a GO train, head downtown to be to work for like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Do the same shit, hop back on the GO train, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever.
Yep.
Like so they appreciate their dollar way different.
Appreciate the dollar.
You understand? Because they actually had to wake up, use their hands and their feet
mm-hmm.
and their mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like people that work 9 to 5s, I feel that if you're willing to sacrifice your sleep and a lot of your livelihood,
right?
Because you're going to be missing out on a lot of events with your peers because it's like, yo, I got to wake up early, man.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was a lot of the time with my homies out working 9 to 5. Like
that's what it was with me too.
Like, yo, dog, just come. They're like, dog, I gotta wake up in like 6 hours.
Yeah, I can't.
This shit is.
Like people would be like, come to the club, or
Just wasn't reasonable.
Ankle Wednesdays. I gotta work Thursday morning.
Yeah. It wasn't,
Like, how you doing that?
it wasn't reasonable for them, you know.
Yeah.
But, I feel that I learned from them. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Because they had a different kind of dedication that I just didn't really know. Because when you're kind of just winging it and getting money the fast way,
Right.
you wake up late, you do shit late, you show up late, and then you just spend more.
Right.
Opposed to people that were used to having to wake up early, they had some kind of structure.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And that's something that I missed out on growing up, like structure.
Mm-hmm.
I was like uncontained energy. So I was just doing things like sporadic, like, oh shit, I see that, I like it, I'm buying it. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no discipline to it.
Right.
But I always envied my friends that are working 9 to 5 because they had discipline.
Right.
You know, and they knew how to use their brains and their hands and their feet way better than me.
Right.
You dig? So I feel like people that are working 9 to 5, it's a thing where a lot of the time what happens is when they start working a 9 to 5, they had a passion or a dream before they got into that 9 to 5.
Okay. Yep.
But then they get into the routine and the schedule of waking up, clocking in, clocking out. When they clock out, they're tired or they have a girlfriend. They want to tend to their girlfriend.
Reach. Yep.
They're trying to balance too much, so they forget about their dreams. Something has to get canceled out.
Man.
But for the people that don't have those distractions and they're using their 9 to 5 to fuel, you know, like their passions, I'm seeing a couple of them doing great things right now. They own a couple homes in their 30s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have good relationships. They have good friendships, and they don't have the trauma of what comes with when you're getting it the fast way.
Right.
So I feel like really and truly it's how you want to look at it.
Yes, sir. A mindset.
It's like, do you want to have it now and risk your sanity?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to grind it out
Mm-hmm.
and secure your sanity and happiness
Right.
and be able to party later? So it's like, do you want to party now or later?
Yes, sir.
So when I was partying, they was working.
Right.
And now they're partying and I got to work.
Okay.
It's funny how it works, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the people that were like putting in the work back then, 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? They're having fun in life right now. They're having family and kids, getting married, doing things the right way.
Right.
By whatever standard you want to look at it by.
Mm-hmm.
And they have that freedom.
Yes.
Now I'm at the age where it's like, I have to do the work now. I got to learn how to use my hands and my feet, build a business, and take this shit serious. So the shit they were taking serious at 20, I have to now take serious when I'm 30.
Right.
So technically,
But you've been doing very well.
I'm trying. Well, actually, I'm not trying. I'm doing.
You're doing.
Right?
See, I love your mentality.
Yeah, we don't try.
You
we're
know,
doing.
and I love the point that you said. Use your 9 to 5 to to pursue your dreams, because that's exactly what I'm doing.
You gotta.
You know, like I do my 9 to 5. I come home with the money that I make from my 9 to 5. I pay my bills. I do what I gotta do. Take care of what I gotta take care of with the money that's set aside. I come here.
Fuel the dream.
I fuel the dream. So everybody out there, you know, whether you're working a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 9 or overtime, whatever it is, just make sure that you're fueling your dream. And you said it best yourself, so that's perfect. I'm going to use exactly the words that came out of your mouth. Use that money to fuel your dreams. And you know, my girl said it too. She's like, you know, because sometimes you'll be on Instagram, you'll be on the reels, and they'll be like, yeah, like, you know, just like go all out and like quit your job and like just go and pursue your dreams. But it's like, yo, I got bills to pay.
It's a lie.
It's
a lie.
It's like, yo, I got bills to pay. I can't not quit my job and just be like, yo, I'm gonna be a full-time podcaster. Like, you gotta really balance it out.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a great point. And then you mentioned, like, you know, now you're working, now you're putting in the groundwork. So what are a couple of, you know, things that you got going on as far as your business is concerned that you have recently tapped into? And I'll, could start by saying iQuartz.
It's ICU, right?
Nice.
ICU, home and art decor, and a lot of that was it's funny because ICU started with me just kind of going through a rough patch in my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot, and
internally,
yeah, all around,
externally,
mentally, physically, spiritually,
the energy was just not there.
The gig was up,
right?
To say the least.
Okay.
And I made that decision where it's like I'm done getting it the fast way,
right?
And
you were making that transition into like, whoa, I've been doing this for so long. Like,
I want to see the other side,
right?
Right.
So I don't mean to cut you off, but what exactly happened in order for you to make that transition mentally?
Oh man, well, it all started when I was probably like 27, when I decided I was like, yo, I was spiraling out of control, and I was abusing my body, and I was just kind of like, screw everything.
Right.
I was treating everybody like, piece of shit. And that's when I was like, you know what, I need to see a pure form, a better version of myself. I was like, you know what, if there's any time I'm going to have a kid, it's weird. Like when I was in the depths of like my own personal hell.
Right.
That's when I was like, hey, now's a good time to have a child.
Right. When you were at like the most disparity, you're like,
it's like, because it was a thing where it's like I was tortured mentally already at that point.
Okay.
But I was smart enough to save up my money.
Right.
I had money saved, put aside. At the time, 27, I used to have a condo downtown over by Jarvis and Charles Street.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? It's now or never. Because I knew that the only thing that was left for me was either I wasn't going to be here anymore, I was going back to light, or I was going to end up somebody having to come visit me on weekends, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And doing time.
Yeah.
And I already knew I was too creative as an individual to ever have to serve
super
time.
creative always.
Time wasn't an option for me.
Right.
And I wasn't going to let nobody take me off of this earth.
100.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to make that decision. Once I made that decision, that's when life really started to like show me what's really going on out here.
Right.
Like the hardships of life.
Gotcha.
Like when you make that transition, for anybody that's making that transition right now,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be a crazy 5 years. Some people will be like, 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's going to take you like 5 years to like rehabilitate yourself.
Right.
Because the first year you're going to be going through it like, God damn, I'm not used to living like this.
You've been accustomed to something for so long.
Like, I got to watch how I'm spending this 20 right now. When opposed to like, you'll just go somewhere and be like, what? I only came here to spend $100, but I'm going to spend $300.
Yeah.
Now you're like this. I need that $100 to
Okay.
get through.
Okay.
That's when the perspective starts to change.
Right.
Because now you have to start valuing the dollar.
Valuing the dollar.
Right? Because the easy come, easy go is not the scenario anymore.
Right.
You know, so when you make that transition, that's when you start to realize that like your life isn't a ride. It's not a party.
Right.
You know, it's not waking up and if you feel fucking down today, you're going to hit whole rent free or whatever.
Right.
That's not life.
Right.
It can be.
To whoever.
To each his own.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It
right.
can be. But if you're trying to do things where you don't have to like look over your shoulder and have people blackmailing you for shit. And,
right.
and you try to wash your hands and do things right. You're going to have to actually excuse yourself from what you've been doing. And you're going to have to actually, like, put yourself through the hardships.
Right.
It's no different than, like, when I'm listening to Ye, and he's like, yo, there's people out here that are trust fund kids that are like, homeless on purpose. You know, it's like they're pitting themselves through a struggle on purpose.
Just so they could kind of just
to feel that texture of life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to do that, it's going to rack your brain.
Right.
But I promise you, once you go through that self rehab,
right,
it's a better day.
God bless you, man. God bless you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Because number one, thank you for opening up. Because I know that in this day and age, that's very hard to come by. And as far as making that transition, I see you, you know, and I'll message you, yo, peace and love, King. God bless you. Peace and love, and you send that right back.
Yeah.
So, what were some things that you maybe kind of graduated or kind of were putting into your life that allowed you to make that transition? Was it spirituality? Was it, you know, going to the gym, or was it changing your circle, etc.?
It started with changing my circle.
There you go.
That was like
the energy.
That was the first step.
So cutting off the people who loose ends.
It just goes back to that term of like, show me your friends, I'll show you who you are.
Right.
You know, and at the time it's like all my friends were shakers and movers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They were in the streets. They're doing road work.
Yes, sir.
Right. So when you talk about kind of stepping out of that paradigm, that lifestyle, they look at you like, whoa, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of crazy to them. Like,
right. Because that's all they know and that's all they want to know.
Yeah, it's like
they're not really like trying to like change their mindset.
When you're trying to tell them like, yo, the hype is over, man. We can't do this forever.
Yeah.
They're looking at you like, that's on you.
Yeah. That's a you problem.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
We're still enjoying the party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And like you said earlier, to each
his own.
Their own.
Right? So to even say that, I love saying to people that if you don't have a solution for the problem, you're a part of the problem.
Okay.
All right?
Bang, 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 bang.
So
bang, bang, bang,
it's a thing where it started off with changing my circle. And that's when, you know, peace to the God, the creator of us. You know, he brings people into your life to display certain characteristics that you need to kind of gravitate towards, you know. So it's like I met Seth.
Yes.
Randomly.
Shout out to Seth.
Shouts to the boy Dyer.
Very, very blessed individual. He's done anything Flacco, he helped us out with the first 4 episodes, mix and mastered. Like, truly blessed individual.
Yeah,
shout out to Seth. I love you, Seth.
Bang, bang,
I love you, brother. You deserve your flowers.
100%.
You know, but Seth, like, he just met me. You know, I was on Eglinton. I was back over on my stomping grounds in Oakwood. I was at Raps.
Okay.
Getting some jerk chicken in the night.
All right, shout out to Raps.
You know,
yeah. Like a thief in the night.
Yeah. He caught me in my element.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
I was fresh off, you know, the road.
Right.
Had 2 shorties with me. He's in the restaurant. He looked at me. He's like, yo, man, you look really cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, humans don't talk to me for one.
Yeah.
Like at that point in my life, like people don't talk to me.
Unless like they know you or whatever. But
unless you know me, people just at that point in my life didn't talk to me unless they're like,
yo, this
really
guy's serious.
Yeah, like because I don't really have that face that looks like I'm ready to have a conversation about
you be just like
sky and birds and shit.
Yeah.
People look at me and they're like, yo, this guy looks like
he looks mean, boy.
Yeah. He looks like
even though you're the most blessed individual, like
exactly.
that I've met.
You know, it's hard because I wear my thoughts on my face.
Right.
So that's why I don't give a fuck if it's 2:00 in the morning. I wear shades a lot because my eyes.
Yeah, tell a story.
Yeah. So I gotta mask that.
Right.
This is my cape.
Okay.
You know, that's why I'm always wearing shades.
Yeah.
It's like my, you know, like Clark Clint shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like Seth was like, yo,
so
who
keep going.
Seth was like, yo, man, you look cool, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, and we linked, you know, and he
the
taught me a
energy's
lot.
linked.
Yeah.
I already know that.
He taught me a lot about like having to use my hands and feet
in
my mind again, opposed to just like my whole thing was like, if I approach a situation and it complexes me, I'll just throw money at it.
Okay.
I didn't give a shit.
You would just feel like, yo, money will just solve anything.
What? that can't get what?
Oh, boom.
How much?
Right.
But Seth's whole thing was like, yo, if something complex to him, he was researching.
Right.
He was sharpening his skills.
Right.
And deep research and that showed me that, like, wow, like, little did he know he was like influencing me to start doing that again. Right. So that was the beginning of changing my circle.
God bless Seth, man. Damn.
Shouts to the boy guy. Save the boy.
And you guys are business partners now?
Yeah, so then later on, to fast forward, you know, he was doing music and
a talented, very talented man.
At that time, you know, I always wanted to do fashion. I was doing like editorial, like fashion editorial. Shouts to the girl, Miss Banks.
Okay.
Me and her were doing like.
You're always a fashionable jiggy man. So how did that start? Like, how did the fashion start, man? You're always jiggy. I'm like, damn. Like,
yo, fashion started
here,
because fashion started.
Looking
because,
at you, I'm like, damn.
Yo, it started because of Ridgeway.
Right.
You know I'm saying, like,
I see Ridgeway just brings like
it was birthed in Oakwood, but it lived. It grew up in Ridgeway.
I remember you and Rich Kid with the air
change 3 times a day in Ridgeway.
Yeah, bro. You come with different fits, and Rich Kid had the airbrush, and the airbrush lawn tees and the airbrush Air Forces.
It's crazy because I was doing that shit in my crib. Is what a lot of people don't understand. So like when the Dipset era was popping and all that. And people were airbrushing on their T-shirts. I was in my crib, like, cutting out bandanas, patching it on people's jeans.
Yeah.
Doing T-shirts. My sister, shouts to my sister, Tammy. She was, like,
shout
doing
to
a lot.
Sis. Shout to Sis.
She
yeah,
was doing
Tammy.
a lot of stitch work for me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I was always kind of like, yo, I can't afford it, but I'm going to make it happen.
You're going to make it happen.
I couldn't do the airbrushing shit, so I was, like, painting on T-shirts and shit from early, you know? So it's like, that's where the fashion thing started. And then I realized that, like, it made people kind of feed into me as a character. So I kept pushing the fashion thing.
Right.
That's why I got really deep into fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yo, people like how I dress and it makes them want to have conversations. And I was doing music at the time. So it kind of just went.
I always know you're doing your music too. Like, just a super blessed and talented individual since
early. Yeah.
Like your aura really does shine. And I feel like that's where I always knew, like, always something special. There's always something special about you. And sometimes you can't teach that, but you taught yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like for the message out there, for the people out there, like, when you're young, because, like, I have young nieces and nephews, and they're like 13, 14, and especially in this day and age, like,
that's where it starts.
They're not, I'm not going to say they're not motivated, but I'm going to say, like, they're not self-motivated, you know? When you were younger, that self-motivation, where did that come from? And how did you make that happen? Did you just, like, was this just something in your head where you're just like, yo, that's what I want to do and I'm going to go do it? Because I feel like even me, I never really had, like, I was always great at soccer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember that,
Yeah, and I was like, now that I'm older and I could look back, I'm like, I wish that I was more self-motivated to, like, go out and, like, run and jog and, like, do the things that I needed to do now. Did you always have that instilled in you?
Who I am today is literally who I was when I was, like, 15.
Right.
Just a lot more humble.
Right.
And a lot more wise, but the character is still the same person. And I was self-motivated because I literally used to wake up, and this is why I was always late for school. I'll be in the washroom, you know, like, yo, I wonder how I look from the side, you know. I used to, like, look at myself like, yo, I wonder if this is how the shorty sees me.
Jeez.
Like, I was, like, very self-indulgent myself.
Okay.
I would look at myself like, I'll walk. I'll have a long mirror. I used to walk up to the mirror. I'd be like, yo, that's how I look when I walk. Like, I was, like, very into myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, that's just how much I loved me.
Right.
You know, and that's what shined every time.
Right.
So it's like when people see me come outside dressed a certain way, they're seeing the final product. But I was in my house putting that outfit together for, like, the last 2 hours listening to music.
Right.
So it was always, like, a creative process from early.
Right. And then it just built and built and built and built.
And it's got more and more intense.
And you just fly so in the room. Right?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
it hasn't changed. Like, that shit that I was doing at 14, I'm still doing now at 33.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, and it seems like so long ago.
You had that confidence.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, including even myself at a young age, I didn't have that confidence. So a great message maybe to tell the youth, anybody coming up, is you got to have that confidence in yourself.
I'll put it like this.
Mm.
I love everybody in this room right now because we're all, you know, we're all here and we're all serving a purpose.
Yes, sir.
But nothing will ever stop me from saying, yo, I'm the best in this room.
Right.
I'm the one
right.
in this room.
I'm gonna have to challenge you on that.
And if you don't feel that way about yourself, that's a you problem.
That's a you problem that we were saying earlier.
It's
that's
not my problem.
That's a you problem.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I talk passionately and I speak high of myself, people will be like, "Oh, he's cocky. He's this. He's that." And in my head, I'm like, "No, you just need to feel the exact way about yourself. It's not about being so." You know, it starts off in a place where it is a little toxic because first, thank you. First, it starts off as it starts off very ego. And
right.
Ego is a bad thing.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of bad attachments a part of ego.
Yeah.
But when you start to realize that who you are as a person is literally motivating people that don't even speak to you.
Right.
And you start to realize your power in that, you start to walk a lot lighter.
I like that.
You dig?
I like that a lot.
Bang, bang,
Because now you know, like, yo, how you dress today, how you act today, what you do today. Somebody's watching that and they're saying, yo, man,
you're pre in the game.
I like that guy.
Right.
I wish I could, have confidence like that guy. But really and truly at this point, I'm not even doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm literally doing it for people that see me.
Okay.
Like, when I dress certain ways and I'm on road and I see younger kids looking at me, they might see Ricky's on my feet and they're like talking to their friend. They're like, yo, that guy's Rick.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, yeah, now go get you some.
Right. Right.
And walk how I walk.
Yeah.
Because we need more of this out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need more people that believe in themselves like that. That they are the one. Because when you start to realize you're the one, then you start to realize that you're teaching people something. And then you start taking responsibility for your power.
Jeez, that's deep.
So
taking responsibility for your power.
It's all about accountability on all levels. You know what I'm saying? And we're all learning. I'm still learning right now.
And you're OG in this, and you're still learning.
Still learning.
So I feel like a lot of the young people out there, whether you're female or male, like, I don't know, I don't think they have that in them. You know what I mean? Because of maybe they just get lost in the sauce. I feel maybe like social media has.
We're lucky we came up in the time we came up in.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, definitely.
When the time we were coming up in, it was a thing where it's like, if you were a star on your block, you were a star on your block.
You were the man.
There wasn't no like, yeah, he's fly, but another man across town dresses better than him.
Yeah.
We didn't. Things weren't so accessible.
Yeah, we didn't know.
You didn't know.
We were just in that little square, literally.
So when you had that tight knit community, it's like if you were the jokester in your hood, you were the jokester.
You were the jokester.
If you were the bad breed, you were the bad breed. If you were the fly guy, if you were the gallus, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And that was that. There was no comparing you to somebody from another hood or another celebrity.
Right.
Because you can go on your phone and be like, look.
But now you could compare yourself to someone in a whole different continent.
That's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem, right? So I tell a lot of people, when people are like, oh, social media is deteriorating the brain and whatever. I tell my dog Stewie all the time. I'm like, bro, I don't watch it.
Right.
I couldn't tell you the latest trap song right now.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the latest fashion trend right now.
Right.
I couldn't, because my Instagram is just kind of, it's not that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow the hottest bad bitch right now.
Right. Your Instagram is strictly business.
It's business and things that give me inspiration.
I like that.
And even the things that give me inspiration.
I be getting lost
Yeah, you need to minimize that. You know what I'm saying? Like even the things that give me inspiration, I make sure I'm microdosing so that it doesn't become too much of my vision.
Yes. Sometimes I'll just wake up. I'll wake up in the morning, and the first thing I'll do is I'll hop on the gram.
We're all cyborgs, brother.
But you know what? I'm at fault just like anybody else. You know what I mean? But having conversations with people like you, and this is why I wanted you on the podcast, it really does open my eyes to a lot of things. So, you know, this is what I'm doing this exact reason for, so that people out there could be put onto game and to be given information that is more valuable than just going online and just, you know, flicking through and seeing, oh, you know, people just smoking weed on their podcasts or just doing this or doing that. Like my vision is to make an impact. You know, I was having a talk with Tomoy, like, and you know, I wanted to get him on the podcast, and he brought up he was like, oh, I don't want to come on here and speak just solely on mental health. You know, and I was like, at first, I was kind of just like a little taken back because, you know, I was feeling like that's kind of where I was headed. But then he made me really realize that, like, oh, like that's a good statement. Like, you have your own beliefs, you know what I'm saying? And what he said earlier was, you know, everybody, like, especially on social media, they're really promoting mental health. And and he was saying, like, he feels like people are using that now as an excuse to be down and to not like progress. And I was just like, oh, like that's true.
That's what you call perspective.
Yeah.
Right. And shouts to the boy Louis.
Yeah.
You know,
shout out to my boy Louis.
He's another guy. You know what I'm saying?
Very intellectual, very good, very driven.
Funny. It's funny, right? Because he's like a chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
since youngin'.
Yeah, I look at my dog Louis like a god.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I see the God in him.
Right, sir.
So I hold him as such.
Yes, sir.
You dig?
Yeah.
Like, there's certain people in my life that I just hold at that stature because I'm not going to wait until it's too late to treat them as so.
Right.
Or talk about them as such.
Yes, sir.
You dig? So me and him, like, he's a very he's kind of like, if you ask him something, he's kind of like to the point.
Yo, he gonna let you know.
Like me sometimes, like something I'm still working on, like, and I'm kind of like getting out of that. Like I'll cut corners to like try and like spare people's feelings.
Right. You got a big heart.
Yeah. I try and be like, you know, this is a little harsh. I shouldn't really be saying that.
Lou is like, yo,
Lou's like this. Nah, you a fuck up.
Yeah.
This is that.
You need to pick your shit up.
But he has facts behind it.
Right.
It's not just talking shit.
Exactly.
Right. So
it's not just like blah blah blah. It's like,
and it gives you different perspectives.
Right.
You dig? So it's a thing where I feel that, again, a lot of people in this day and age, they feel the way they feel because they were robbed of that pure essence of being able to just have natural communication with people.
Right. How I love that. And how do you find those natural connections? Because I feel like probably how I find them natural connections, I'm an energy guy.
Yeah. Straight up.
I'm a big energy guy, as you know. I see you, it's love. I keep it pure. I keep it honest. I keep it real. You know, like you, I kind of just like, you know, when it's time to be harsh, I'm like, I'll kind of shy away from it. But I'll always keep it honest, and the energy is always there. And I pick up on energies. Everybody in this room right now, for me, associated with me, is all about energy.
Straight up.
If you walk in the room and within 10 seconds, I would say 5, I'll be like, nah, or I'll be like, all right, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can tell.
And I feel like, so to find that connection with people, that natural connection with people, like, there's people out there who don't know their head from their ass as far as how to tell that.
Straight up.
Is that something that is just, you just know as a person, or throughout your experiences in life, you learn to develop that type?
I'm still struggling with that.
Okay.
You know, to be honest, it's a thing where it's like, I still have my days, you know what I'm saying, where I'll see like my fellow peers do certain things and like delegate things a certain way. And first of all, if you agree to be my friend,
right,
all my close dogs know. Once I look at you and I'm like this, and I don't call people my friends right away.
right.
It was like a good 4 years.
You gotta earn that.
Until me and Seth were like doing what we was doing before I looked at him. I said, "Yo, you're my friend."
Mm-hmm.
You dig?
Right.
It took years.
I think that's my problem.
Like, no, it's not a problem.
I feel like I'd be like,
you can't. I'm not the type of person where it's like I meet somebody on a Tuesday night, we have some drinks, all of a sudden I'm like, yo, because we share mutual interests, you're my friend.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy.
Right.
It's gonna take you like, I need to be in situations with you.
Right. See how you know what I'm saying?
To see if you have those attributes. You dig? So,
I like that.
So it's a thing where it's like
peep game, y'all out there.
So it's a thing where it's like, when you sign up to be close to me like that, you kind of unknowingly just became my therapist.
Okay.
All my friends are like my therapist. I talk to them like they're my therapist.
Right.
And they don't even have a choice.
Yeah.
This is what comes with the friend package of being friends with Charlie.
Okay.
Bang, bang, bang.
You know
Stewie
knows I'm not lying, dog. Stewie knows I'm not lying. Sometimes I just roll up on Stewie. It could be a fine ass day.
Yeah.
He's in a great mood, and I was like, "Yo, Stewie,
you're about to."
I'm pissed today, dog." And I feel like homies aren't being true to me.
Right.
But then you have to have real people around you to be like this. Yo, Charlie, calm down.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Reevaluate the situation. Speak to you a certain way.
Yeah. You know, there like some people, and then like people like Louis or Stewie, you know, or,
right.
You know, etc. Shout out to the boy Nikki.
Shout out to my boy PT. That's PT for me, man. He wasn't able to make it today.
I know PT since I was in grade 5, by the way.
I know. Shout out to my dad PT. PT's gonna be pissed he didn't make it today. And I told him, I said, listen, yo, Charlie is a very busy man, and I booked him a day before, and I'm like, you need to. He's like, I'm gonna try, but he said he sends his love. He's here in spirit.
He's right there right now. He's right there, man. But it's a thing where it's like, you know, you have to have good peers around you to let you know that, like, hey, you're floating too far. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and PT will do that with me.
Just because I'm like this to you as a friend, you can't really expect that from your other peers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to have people in my life that are not timid to talk to me like that.
Right.
Because a lot of people will be like, oh man, you know, I can't correct Charlie.
Right.
You know, Charlie's like a boss man.
Yeah.
But yo, the boss man needs some advising too.
100.
You understand? My feelings get hurt just like everybody. I stress out just like everybody.
Right.
I worry about what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 years of my life just like everybody else.
Right.
You dig? So it's like, if I don't have somebody there to keep it real with me and let me know that, like, yo, Charlie, calm down. I feel like they're just waiting for me to kind of like self-destruct, and those are not really your friends.
I like that.
You know, so you gotta be aware. You
gotta distinguish who was real, who was not.
Exactly.
I'm real. Your Jules not.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta know the difference.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like for people, you know, if you're gonna have friends and people around you like that, you know, you should be able to let them know that, like, yo, I'm not okay today.
Right.
Something's upsetting me. And you should be able to talk to them wholeheartedly.
I like that.
And they should be able to give you sound advice.
Have you had friends who you thought, or like that they were your brothers, and then at the most crucial time in your life they abandoned you?
Fuck yeah.
Because I have.
Understand something, right? And I love using this analogy because sometimes my mom's like, hey, that's blasphemous when you say stuff like that. And I'm like, why?
Right.
I'm like, who am I to say that I'm not Jesus? Okay. You dig?
I dig.
I have friends. I have friends that will wash my feet.
Okay.
I have friends that are going to sell me out.
Okay.
I've been through it. Sell me out for their personal gain or sell me out for their jealousy because they can't be who I am naturally to other people in their lives. We all have these disciples and followers in our life.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I tell my mom all the time, like, how do I know I'm not Jesus and these are not my disciples?
Bang, 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 bang.
We gotta start thinking deeper.
That's some cloud talk right there.
You dig? So it's a thing where it's like I've had those friends. I have friends that I know that, and it's not just a one-way street.
Right.
I have friends that'll wash my feet. I'll wash theirs too.
Right.
I'll probably wash theirs before they wash mine.
Okay.
Just to kind of set the tone, set the trend.
Right.
That, like, yo, I care for you like that, man.
Right.
But then I also have friends that they love me in a certain capacity, but they didn't really take the time to understand me and who I am, and then it turns into jealousy and envy.
Okay.
See, jealousy is not a bad thing, right? You can be jealous of something, but it
can motivate you.
Yeah. But then it gets bad when it turns into like an envious type of nature.
Like, I wish I had that.
I wish I had this girl.
Yeah.
I wish I had his car.
Right. Like, I could use you as a motivator. Be like, you got, like, even before we got in here, you parked right beside my whip. I see your, I see the Benzo out there looking real clean. I could be like, F this guy.
Yeah.
This boasting ass muff. No, I'm like, at Sauce, I'm like, see this? See my little Honda? My 2018 little Honda? I'm like, yo.
It's going to turn to that Benzo.
Yeah, motivation. Instead of manipulation, motivation.
Yeah, you know, and we also have to, like, make sure we let our peers know that. Like, I remember one day, me and my dog, again, Stewie, we went playing golfing. We was golfing.
Well, y'all niggas be golfing.
We be golfing.
Yo,
we was golfing, and after golf, we're like, yo, let's
I love, you know, when I seen that, like, people be like, yo, what are these guys doing? Like, yeah, I'm out here, bro.
Yeah, we play golf for real. You know what I'm saying? We at the shooting range and shit. So it's like, after golf, we're like, yo, let's go get something to eat. Right. So we went and got some cheap chicken strips and fries or whatever. And
knowing damn well you could order the filet mignon on the thing, you know what I mean?
Bottom line is, we was eating on the front of his Saab. He loves his Saab. Okay. And he's like this, yo, man, this is like, you know, like, and he's like talking, you know, it's just like, yo, dog, you have to understand something. I don't give a fuck about my Benz because shit can go left for me tonight.
Right.
And I could be needing your Saab tomorrow.
100.
Bang, bang,
100.
Your Saab is just as shiny and flossy as this coupe right now.
Right. Because that's your Saab.
So it's like I have
you know
to.
What I'm saying? That's you.
I have to install like that in him. Like, yo, dog, don't think that this is a barrier because tomorrow you could be the one driving 550.
Right.
And I could be the one driving the Saab.
I like that.
You dig?
I like that. That's life, that cloth right there.
Yeah, because life has shown me that a lot of times. So, like, when my peers come around, they're like, yo, holy shit, like, you treat your Benz like this or you treat your Tesla like this and whatever. I'm like, yo, it's just a fucking car, bro.
Right. Material.
And this could leave me tomorrow and you could be the one that has it.
Right.
I could be down tomorrow and you can be up tomorrow.
100.
So I always try to tell my peers, like, never look at what you have like it's less than what I have because you don't know what I sacrificed to have what I have. At least you still have some sanity.
Right.
And you drive around in what you have in peace.
I like that.
You dig? You don't know. Yeah, you might know the cost financially of what it might cost me to drive that Benz, but
the longevity of it.
You don't know the cost,
right?
Of my sanity.
Yes, sir.
You dig? So a lot of the times, the guy driving the Honda is way richer in spirit,
right?
In family,
right?
In health. He's way richer than the guy that's driving the Bentley.
I like that.
You know, the guy in the Bentley, he's stressed every day.
Right.
He got a crazy car note. You know what I'm saying? He got people bugging him out. He can't even enjoy his car.
Right.
But the guy driving his Honda, stress free.
I'm chilling.
His only stress is just like, I want a better car.
Yeah, facts.
And that's like
and I love my Honda. I put 40 in that, and I'm Gucci. I'm driving.
$40 in my coupe outside right now. That's lasting me for the day.
Yeah, that lasts me for the week.
You see what I'm saying? So
right,
it's like again,
it's the mindset.
You really gotta, like, when you have friends, and I've matured in that sense.
Right.
It's like, you know, when people look at my shit and they see my shit, they're like, "Yo, this is crazy what you're doing." In my head, I'm like, "Yo, you're going to do crazier."
Right.
You know, this took me a lot to obtain what I have that's before you right now.
Right.
And I'm like off my rocker.
Yeah, you're just like
obtaining these things.
Yeah.
You dig? So don't glorify it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a process, and enjoy your process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because soon it'll become a memory, and you're going to miss that very memory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss the days when I lived at, like, Palisades and, like,
right.
and Exberry and
when life was just more simple.
Shepherd and Jane. Eating chicken wings and fries from Popino's. Shouts to all my dogs from the Jane Street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss those days.
Right.
When I had to buy Popino's for, like, $8 combo with the pop.
Jeez.
I don't know if they raised the prices by now, but I used to have that for lunch and dinner because I was that broke.
Right.
But the bottom line of that is, those are some of the best days I ever had.
100.
With my dog Tony. Shouts to my dog Tony. He would die for me.
Shout out Tony.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of my friends where it's like, I would wash his feet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before he washed mine, because I know he would wash mine.
Right.
So
finding those genuine connections.
Yeah.
And holding on to them.
Nothing can replace those moments.
Right.
You understand? And it seemed really bad then, but now that I'm older, it's like
how good does it feel to be now remembering about all of that, and now maybe this is all full circle, bringing it all together.
We was living on the Jane Strip. Okay, Tony was from Clearview, you know, Western Road Boys. You know, and I was from Exberry on Jane.
I was like, my family Jane and Weston.
Yeah.
You know, my family Jane and Weston, and I moved to the Ridge, and I played soccer in Driftwood my whole life, Driftwood Community Center.
There you go.
I was right there, Jane and Weston.
In those days, I remember living at Exberry, and I'd hear the landlord knocking on my door. Do. And I'm like, oh shit, I have to turn on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker's here for rent.
Yeah.
I'm like 2 months behind in rent.
Yeah.
Like, god damn. And then I have to like put my ear to the door, wait to hear him get back on the elevator. All right, cool. We can watch more. We can watch Maury again. So a lot of people don't understand that shit.
Right.
They just see what it is now. They just see, oh, Charlie's.
What was going through your mind?
Yo, at those times, I'll just sit in my living room like, holy shit. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait till I'm like, you know, financially free.
Were you just trying to figure it out in your mind, in your soul? You're just so sitting there.
It's so dark, you know what I'm saying? And
God bless you.
Mind you, like, for people that are watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, in those moments, that's when the evil's pouring.
Right.
That's when you pick up bad habits when nobody's watching.
Right.
That's when you start smoking heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You start drinking heavy.
Right.
You start getting into other drugs heavy.
Right.
Because nobody's watching.
Right.
So you think nobody will ever know.
Right.
You know, and that's how a lot of people right now
be getting down.
Are overdosing.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people right now are depressed.
Right.
You know, they're just doing too much, a lot of bad things in downtime when nobody's watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Right now you think it's really bad, and you might be in credit card debt. You might not be able to pay your rent, but I promise you it won't be the same story next year.
For those people out there,
for those people that are facing that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what could you tell them? Like, how could they persevere? How could they get out of that? Is it just figuring it out, or is it believing in certain things, or, you know what I mean? I think we kind of touched on obviously the circle around you was a big thing.
That's
I feel like the faith too, like,
for me, when I was that down and bad, I had to really look at myself and say, yo, anytime I'm going through something bad, I always play Cameron's line in my head when he says, yo, you can't get paid on the earth this big, you worthless kids. Niggas don't deserve to live. Like, I play that shit in my head to this day.
Okay.
Like, there's a panhandler at the exit of a highway right now. He's getting money.
He's getting it.
I used to live in Ridgeway. You seen it.
Yeah.
We used to have the disability grown-ups walking past our block every day.
Yeah.
They used to work in the factory by us. They had a disability, but they were still working.
When there's a will, there's a way.
There's a fucking way.
Yeah.
So really and truly, your circumstances right now is a result of your dedication.
I like that.
And your care for your own life.
Right.
You need to get the fuck out of the house.
Yes, sir.
You need to stop chasing that man. You need to stop chasing that chick.
Right.
I want to say bitch, but I'm trying to stop saying bitch these days.
I like that too. Yeah, 100%.
I'm trying to empower women more.
Right.
Because
shout out to all my women out there, all the queens.
Shouts to the queens and the empresses.
Yeah.
Because they need it right now.
Definitely.
You dig? So
100%.
A lot of people are lost in that sense, but it's like we gotta revitalize each other. You know what I'm saying? We gotta each one teach one.
Right.
We gotta share these experiences. Like I told myself today, I was like, yo, when I do this podcast, I'm not coming up here trying to have politically correct answers for you.
Of course.
I'm gonna let you know, like, yo, this made me cry.
Yeah.
You know, when this shorty did that,
mm-hmm.
It made me cry.
Right.
When this homie did this and did that, it fucked me up.
Right.
I felt like I was betrayed and it really hurt my feelings.
Right.
And it's like, I'm a man from the road. I seen it.
100.
So we need to start having more honest conversations with each other, opposed to always trying to sound cool with each other.
More honest conversations with each other. Man, I really you couldn't have said it better, because I feel like a lot of people have conversations that they want to have with themselves, so they'll just portray their message as to what they want it to be instead of just. What I'm trying to say is, like, yo, the truth hurts.
It hurts.
The truth hurts, and at times, whether it's with your family in a family group chat or your sisters or this, like, for example, myself, if I tell, let's just say, for example, my sister what's going on within her life, whether it's personal, relationship, she ain't taking it how she maybe should be taking it. Mm-hmm. She'll probably feel offended, right? For sure. And then she'll throw something back that I did in the past to make her situation kind of feel better.
Okay.
And
that's a human instinct right there.
Right. And I may do the same thing too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know, there's people
that's just what recently happened within me and my sisters.
Yeah, you know, like I had a recent fallout, you know, with somebody that's going to be in my life for a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even though they were on the wrong spectrum of the situation,
right,
just because I didn't delegate it properly,
right,
they felt it was necessary to bring up shit that I've done 6-7 years ago.
Yes.
What they don't know is I've made peace with that.
Okay.
And I've made peace with those people,
right,
that I've done wrong by.
Right.
So now I have to look at them like I feel bad for them, because they're the only ones that are still caught upon it.
Right. You're still bringing it up, so you're still like you're
still
I'm gone past that.
You're still in that parallel.
Right.
You're still in that parallel universe.
Yeah.
I've transferred over. I've crossed over. You know.
I'm good.
And we can't. Hey, you try to save everybody, you're gonna lose everybody.
Okay.
Including your goddamn self.
Jeez, yes.
And that's the worst part. So I try try and, right my wrongs. You know what I'm saying? I try and not just give like apologies because I feel like I need to give an apology.
Right.
I give an apology because it's a part of my healing. And I give those apologies not looking for an apology.
Right.
I give those apologies because I actually did wrong by that person, and I let them see me in a light that I'm not proud of.
Right.
So I got to let them know that, like, you know what? I'm sorry that I let you see me in that certain spectrum of light.
That's deep.
If you still blaming people, you're relieving yourself of the duty of the work that you need to do within yourself.
God bless you.
You dig? If you're still blaming people.
Because I had a childhood trauma. And for a long time, I blamed everything that was going on in my life on that trauma. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get over it. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really matter what the trauma is. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
And then whatever mistake I was doing, or the mistakes, plural, that I was doing, I was blaming it on that one thing.
Yeah.
In the most recent time now, being here, I've finally come to accept that what happened to me, I wasn't in control of. And I kind of just ultimately want to say I'm over it in most ways. And
heal, brother, heal.
And I do want to just bury the hatchet as far as it is what it is. It happened. I'm here. I'm still standing.
You're alive.
I'm alive.
You're free.
I'm free. I got lots of love to give.
Yes.
I'm a very positive, blessed individual.
There you go.
And there really is no hard feelings or animosity towards that situation.
You gotta.
And that is the main thing that comes with healing, is you have to let it go.
Let it go.
And you have to allow yourself to be free. And you have to really just dig deep and stop making excuses. We all suffer from traumas, tribulations, horrible situations, manipulations, cheating, backstabbing, whatever it is.
For sure.
Everybody in this damn room has experienced something in that sort of light. Sure. So what we have to focus on is letting it go. Surrounding yourself around beautiful people who want the best for you. And if that connection doesn't end up everlasting, find yourself in, keep healing and keep going forward, because there's so many situations where people will just try and it doesn't happen. It's going to come. Yeah. And that comes with really just being free and allowing yourself to heal. So
it's the best thing you can do, man.
God bless you.
God bless you too, brother.
For allowing me to kind of just get that out there, because that's been just inside for so darn long. You don't even understand.
It feels good though.
It feels amazing.
It does, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of dark nights, a lot of quiet days thinking about the things it's not in our control.
100%.
It's like, how much longer are you going to stress about that?
It comes down to the point where you just have to allow yourself to be free, man. And it's a very tough situation, because a lot of people will just be like fixated on that situation.
You have to remember, right? We're all chasing success. We all want financial freedom for one thing.
100%.
To be free.
That's exactly where in the boat that I am right now.
You gotta clean up all those past traumas, or else you will not be free. 100%. So it's all a part of the deal.
Well, man, listen, I feel like that's a perfect ending right now. Allow yourself to be free. Surround yourself around beautiful people. Continue to grow. Continue to learn. There's probably going to be more bridges that you build, just as much as bridges that are going to be burned. But if you just stay on your course, you know what I'm saying, and you just remain humble, remain the individual that you know you are, keep great people around you. Like you said, who am I to say that I'm not Jesus? That will always stick with me, Charlie.
Sure.
I appreciate you, man.
Make sure.
Yo, listen. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure.
It's your boy Guapo, man.
It's your boy Charlie P, man.
Yo, and this is your game called Life, man.
Shouts to the boys, man. Y'all tap in.
Tap in. God bless you guys, man. We done with this.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, it's your boy Guapo, and I'm here with my co-host PT, and we are Talk of the Times. As we wrap up today's episode, we are always looking forward to hearing back from our listeners, so please follow us on Instagram and all of our social media outlets at Talk of the Times with a Z. Follow our journey, download and stream now on Spotify, Apple Music, and all your podcast listening stations. This Game Called Life podcast, where we will be giving you game on everything from trials and tribulations, love, relationships, community growth, mental health awareness, and motivational affirmations. You only got one life to live. Tune in and see how we live ours.